Go on.
Okay, gonna start going into a little bit of a deck breakdown with red green Oden. I designed this specific deck in mind because it's pretty cheap to make for the most part. It's also easy, I think, for someone that's relatively new to the game to pick up and just play. Now, as far as being cheap, overall we're looking at, let's see, about $40-ish according to this site, which looks pretty accurate to be honest. So yeah, so if you're looking to get someone started in the game, this could be a way. Now, I'm making this for a friend that's just starting, so I'm gonna go over the deck, a little bit of the mentality and mindset, strategy behind it. So, firstly, looking at the leader, red green Oden. It says, according to the rules, your character cards with the type land of water without counter have plus 1000 counter. Now this is nice for several reasons, but mostly that the bricks that you have in your deck that normally don't have any counter will now have 1k, so it's easier to defend yourself with, and it's less punishing in a lot of ways, because later on you may play with decks that don't have this type of a mechanic where previous bricks are now counterparts, right? Visibility, dot x1 when attacking. If you have a cost 5 or greater land of water character in play, this character gets plus 1k power until the start of your next turn. Until the start of your next turn is pretty important because this means that on your opponent's turn, your leader is 6k, which makes it harder for them to swing into, which also boosts your defense, once again making it a little bit easier for you to survive, especially as you're starting to learn the game. Now, it's important to know that you have to have a cost 5 or greater land of Wano specifically in play. Okay, so that's why we have a bunch of them in this deck right here. So going off, firstly, I have this card from EBO1, Izo. All player attach up to 1 Residon to your leader or one of your characters. So when you play this out, you can put a Residon onto your leader to get the effect going and get yourself to be a 6k leader pretty much for free. Also, when your opponent attacks once per turn, you trash 1 card from your hand. This can be any card, it's even non-land of Wano, right? Now, it says if your leader has a land of Wano or white red pirate type, give up to one of your opponent's leader or character minus 2k power for the turn. So this is basically turning any card you want into a 2k counter, including bricks. So another good defensive tool for the deck. And again, use a 5 cost land of Wano, so it makes the leader of ability alive. Now going on to Yamato, 2k counter, land of Wano, activate may give up to 1 Resident Dawn to one of your leaders or characters. Honestly, you're usually playing this mostly for the 2k counter, but Yamato is also a 5 cost land of Wano, so it can make your leader ability active. Next we have Kozuki Hiyori. Place this character in his trash. Place up to 1 5 or less land of Wano type character other than Hiyori from your hand into play, and then draw 1 card. So this card basically replaces herself, right? And it's an easy way to get a 5 cost land of Wano out. This isn't super necessary for this deck specifically, but it's nice to have because of how many 5 cost land of Wanos we do have. This also means we might be able to cheat it out pretty early if you're going second and on your 4 Dawn turn. So on your 4 Dawn turn you can play this and then immediately play out a 5 cost character. Next we have Yamasan, which is his name on the sim, but in English I believe his name is Mountain God. Just a 7k land of Wano vanilla 5 cost, so again helping the leader of ability be active. Now we have Izo, 2k counter, On play, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with cost of 4 or less. Not too applicable in this deck specifically. It might be in niche occasions when you want to tap down a block or something of that nature. But for the most part, he will be a 2k counter that is searchable. Next, Okiku. Tonics 1, when attacking, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with cost of 5 or less. Now back in LPO1, this card was pretty big of a menace, but nowadays not so much, but still, it's a decent card to play early, and is a nice Land of Wano card to be part of the deck. And 3-drop Land of Wanos will have some synergy with the card we're going to talk about next, which is Kinemon. Kinemon specifically, if your leader is Kozuki Oden on play, play up to 1 9-red Scabbards type character with a cost of 3 or less from your hand, and that does include Okiku. So you can play Kinemon to play out a 3 cost, so you can also play Izo if you wanted to, right? Now, this is also a greater than 5 cost Wano character, so once again letting your leader ability be live. His ability, Dawn X1, when attacking, set up to one of your 9-red Scabbards type characters with a cost of 3 or less as active. Now this does mean that you can restand your Kiku to protect her, but at the same time, you might just need to just restand to swing more, but keep in mind that Kiku's ability only activates once per turn, so you can't rest 2 5 cost or less characters once, only one at a time, yeah? But also, kind of later on we'll talk about another card that does take advantage of this restanding effect. Next we have Momonosuke, 1 cost, Land of Wano. Activate main, may rest his character, look at 5 cards on top of your deck, reveal 1 up to 1 Land of Wano type card added to your hand. Right? So this is your Land of Wano searcher, which searches most of the deck. It's just your standard searcher for your archetype, so this also is good practice for kind of getting used to using searchers and understanding how important they are and getting you practice in. Yeah. Next we have Denjiro, 5 cost, 7k power, Land of Wano character, Dawn X1 when attacking. If your leader is Kozuki Oden, set up to 2 of your Dawn cards as active. So again, a 5 cost Wano character specific for Oden. Also nice because he kind of lets you recycle Dawn, so to speak, right? And again, another 5 cost character to let your leader ability be active. Next we have Raizo. This is the other 3 cost 9-red Scabbards character that you can use in synergy with Kinemon. So for him, 3 costs Land of Wano, 4k power, 1 attacking once per turn if you have 2 or more rested characters from one card. Now, again, just like Kiku, it's only once per turn, right? So it's important to keep that in mind, you can't draw multiple times. Also, it's if you have 2 or more rested characters, that includes Raizo himself, so when he swings, he becomes rested. So if you have 1 other rested character, then you get to draw a card. Say, Momo, for instance, it's easy to rest him because you have to rest him to activate his search. If you can Momo search, then swing with Raizo, and then you get to draw a card. Next, kind of the boss monster for the deck. But overall, it's a pretty mid-range deck in general, but we have 1 Kozuki Oden. You can put more, he's relatively cheap, but for this version of the list, we're focusing more on the mid-range aspect. So for this one, for Oden, he's an 8 cost character, way over 5, so definitely has your leader ability live. 8,000 power, activate main once per turn. For 3 Dawn, you set this character as active. So what that means is, right, you can have him on board, and when he's able to swing, you can swing with him, and then you can pay 3 to restand him and swing again, right? So pretty explosive in that you can swing more than once. Now, here we have a little bit more synergy on his KO. Play up to one mono country character with type power with a cost of 3 from your deck. Then shuffle your deck. Right? So it's nice because it's from your deck, so you don't have to lose any hand advantage. You can play either Raizo, Kiku, both of which are good utility cards. Actually, there's one more. We have Cat Viper, which might be Nekomamushi. In his English printing, I'm not super sure, but for this one, as a 3 cost, 4000 power blocker, and he has no counter. But again, remember with our leader ability, he does have 1k counter because we have Kozuki Oden as our leader. So next we have 8 cost Don Quixote Rosinante. For this one, 8 cost character, archetype is not relevant for this specific list, but his effect is on play, you may rest the character, play up to 1 green character card with a cost of 5 from your hand. So he is not specifically a 5 or greater land of Wano to make your leader ability active, but he can play out any of the other 5 cost greens that are land of Wano. Yeah, so that way you can have the leader ability active and you can get 2 bodies out at once. In general, your opponent will probably want to try and get rid of your 5 cost land of Wano so you aren't a 6k leader. And this Rosinante also provides a bit of protection because his other effect on opponent's turn. If this character is rested, which you most likely will on play because you have to rest him for that effect, characters with an original cost of 5 cannot be KO'd by effects. So this gives you some protection from effect KO such as black, might have red, even yellow. Next we have another Rosinante. This one is a cheap blocker, 1 counter. It also has another extra ability on opponent's turn. If one of your other rested characters would be KO'd, you may instead trash this character. And that is regardless of the type of KO, whether it's by battle, whether it's by effect. So if you have one of your 5 cost land of Wano characters that are rested, or even your Oden that's rested, right? You can protect it with Rosinante. And lastly we have Rika, who is a 2 cost e-spook character on play. If your opponent has 3 or more lives, set up to one of your slash characters with a cost of 4 or less as active. This effect will probably not be relevant. It is possible because you have characters such as Okiku and Raizo, but for the most part, this is just another 2k counter. Is very affordable, very cheap. So this is one of those flex spots that you could put in a different 2k counter of your choice, but for the most part, it's not really needed as far as this specific effect. Important thing to note is that the overall cost is pretty mid-range, right? A lot of 5 costs in this deck. 6 costs, and the top end is only 3 8 cost characters. With that in mind, you're going to want to kind of go decently wide in the middle part of the game and try and maintain that board presence. Protecting yourself will be a little bit easier because for the most part you will be a 6k leader and you can turn your bricks into counter. Right, so it includes this, even Rosinante and even Oden, right? Also important in making the deck is that you want to have roughly 10 to 12 2k counters as a pretty safe spot. So that's why we have 4, 8, 12, right? Even if we didn't have these 12 here, Izo kind of transforms other cards into 2k counters. Alright, so I've covered the deck, and now I'm going to try and go into a bit of a gameplay to see the thing in action. Might not have finding a lobby though. I also made this list before OPM 7, so that's why I don't know OPM 7 cards in there, which should make it pretty easy to afford too. Okay, slaying the starting hand, or we're going first, which is not too bad because we get the odd curve to pair 5-drop on curve, but it's not the ideal 5-drops we have in hand, neither is our early game. We're playing against Yamato, who will likely try and swing early, so we want to get some defense up when we can. So right here we have 2K counters, which is decent. So right now we'll just play Momo and Pest. Search the 5-drop Momo, so looking like a more land of Wano type build. Use Momo to search. Probably grab Denjiro. Oh, we have one already, so we really need a second one. Maybe Kinyamon then? Fortunately, we can't grab Rosanante for the blocker. So just do that. Yeah, well, the other thing we can do is technically play Rika, but it does nothing, so just swing it to Momo. They go 8. We have the counter for it, luckily, but we're instead. Get our 5-drop and play. Get the Momo. Kill first. So we're gonna use a 2K counter and a 1K, because we don't want to get hit with double attack. Not really. Let's see here. What am I playing next turn? I'll play Momo. I might play Momo and mind that the Hiyori, this is probably something like a trigger of, I would guess, Onami. I might grab Izo and actually play Izo since we have so many of them. Tapped on Izo, waiting on Cracker. Cracker's kind of a threat right now. Soon, we task this with 2 as active, so I'll get 2 here, this thing here, leader ability live, give it a trigger, so that guy answer. The moment, man, so they'll probably play Momo this turn. Swing 6K at me. Alright. I'll probably swing 7 after 2K for that. Momo. Play Momo, put them together. I mean, all the Momos this game. Oden. Can't play it this turn, unfortunately. Be decent for next turn, though. How do they deal with an Oden? Huh? Yeah. crackers there. So let's get rid of cracker. It's $2 active. Unfortunately, I don't have enough to play Oden now, so I'll try to swing with 7 and then 9. Probably taking this hit, unless they try and clear board. That's not right here, so I'll make them use another attack on normal. And decide if they want to commit the leader swing with double tap or make full blocker tap. This is a little tricky because we technically could counter out. If we do, we're at basically 0 cards and no plays, so this thing we actually kind of have to take. Also, at this point, it's not a banished double swing, which is acceptable at this point. Going 10 into Dentro, that would probably save. Give it 2 2Ks. We might not end up playing our 8 cost this game, as it looks like it's might be over before then. Might be. It's tough. I don't know if I live. I drop Oden. I have some stuff to switch with. I guess I search first. 2K. Surviving more possible. Yeah, so I think I drop Oden actually. Yeah, we'll do that. Danger of Dawn. While we're at it, we'll just clear Hiyori. That's a little scary. So I just can't take a double. It'll probably be okay. Fortunately, he has 2 doubles on the field, which is going to be kind of tough. But if it doesn't kill me this turn, then I just win. Restand Oden. 8. So we do 2 and 1. Oh, it's a land, not land one. I'll make him a 1K. Unfortunate. 10K, I can't stop that, unfortunately. About 2K, that's not gonna be enough though. Yeah, just one turn away. So after that, they had no way of dealing with Oden. Not bad. Just try to get one more in. First. I think here we grab Hiyori so we can drop a 5 cost. I'll save the counter. Take this first one. It becomes more effective when leaders of 6k. So 1k basically. Instead of making my leader 6k from a 1k counter, it would be a 7k leader. We also have a Rosinante into 5 costs coming up. So Samba they have access to is the yellow one, which KOs a character. So Rosinante, the small one's gonna be pretty valuable there. For now, search Momo for 1 done. Rosinante, so that's 3. 1 leader. 2 left. Their Momo search. Or do Rosinante. Yeah, I think I just searched with Momo twice. Easel's nice. Easel instead. I think so. I think that's fine. Do this first in case it happens to be a trigger that would hurt or KO the mountain guide. Okay. It's not. These all on play, rest of done. 7k. Oh, okay, there. I don't know if I'm playing Kiku this game. 2k. I'll just use 2k. Okay, so unfortunately if I play Rosinante, I can't put it on a leader. It's a little unfortunate, but that's going to be their next turn play. This turn we're going Rosinante 2 costs 5, 6. Ooh, that's a little. Alright, so I'll be at 7. It's not bad actually. Hey, Kiku or Raizo? I don't really need cards, honestly. It's not bad though. We have a pretty scary turn for the opponent next turn. 1 life left. 3 swingers on board, one of which can restat Kiku. Helps a lot for them. That's interesting. Might be a misplay. Okay, no, they're not using the effects. Okay, good. So that's okay with 9. Okay, so there are 7 Kalians with this wing at least 7. Not playing Rosinante. Let's see what they give. I'm probably just playing Rosinante with blocker this turn. No 2k to grab, unfortunately. That's kind of what I would rather have. Hard for them to defend this than their leader, so we might counter. There's a left. Got it. One more 8. Oh, they shouldn't have an easy way around the top blocker. pretty good though. AO said he's down to no life. Going for a kill this turn with AKs, 2 AKs. That might get him there. I don't think it really matters. And that's it. Don't decide, I'm gonna leave. Nothing really to play early turns. These two are pretty dead. So okay, that's better. Kiori on 4 again. I should get the ideal Kiori into E zone. His first hit, especially if they swing 7. It's 5 though. Maybe sending 2 down for that counter that so I can rearrange their life. Also thinking about playing the kitten. Turn, Yori's effects, play Ezo, get ready to rest it on, swing for 7. Alright, let's see what they have in their life. Okay. There's 2 cards out of hand. Not great. I don't want to take that. But I do have 3 Dendros. pretty simple, I think. You just replace the fraud costs. Not replace, but play another one. So if one gets KO'd, I'll still have one alive. This time, Kinema to Raizo. There's an argument to play at Momo, but I think it's better to just try really effect on it. At that point, might as well put the other down. That's unfortunate and strange because they rearranged their own life. Blue Yellow Ace is a tough deck. Not with a lot of payoff either, unfortunately. Awkward spot now. I just searched the mold first, actually. Oden. Can't really play Oden this turn though, unfortunately. It's 5 with Raizo. In this case, because you have an easel out, I think does it better have 2 easels? Might be better with 2 easels than 1 danger actually. In which case we can give King oh, yes, we stand Raizo. Now I'm not gonna spend with Raizo again because I can't draw again. But this just kind of protects him so I can draw again next turn. Could also resend Momo, but Raizo can spin. Give life because we're not really exactly winning next turn for sure, so it's fine. It's kind of a trap, because if they start dumping their hand, then I can just empty their entire hand and starve them. You know, it's very tempting for just one king, just like that. Another card. Another card. Okay, Oden, 1 down left, so it has to go into my leader. So unfortunately, I was supposed to tap the right first, actually. That's unfortunate. It's okay. Kinemon could have restood right, so it's okay. Oh, they accidentally passed turn. So that is probably it. Yep. There we go. The deck flows pretty smoothly. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do a Rosinante into a 5-cost green character combo, but that's okay. Our mid-range bodies can be kind of tough to get rid of, so it makes sense. Alright, well, that's the deck. Hope it helps. Maybe if this seems like a good idea, maybe I'll do more of these as far as like making cheap decks that people can start off with the game, that are easy to pick up and like a low barrier to entry, right? But I'll think about it and we'll see if I have the time for it. But thank you for watching, appreciate it. Take care.